Alrighty then, greetings everybody and welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. Now before we get into the video, I want to say two things. Number one, as per usual, the amount of support that my channel has been gaining is actually just very much so appreciated. So just a quick shout out to all of you guys as usual. I love you guys essentially, and thank you so much for joining the Celery army. Hopefully we can hit 2,000 subs before or during anniversary patch. That is actually the goal because it's looking very much so possible now. So try to get there. Again, any form of support is very much so appreciated, and even criticism is actually much more needed, because the more criticism I get, the more I can improve on my videos, and then the more quality content you guys have, and then hopefully more subs. And number two, some people are like working on the house next door to us, right? And unfortunately, the house that I'm currently at right now is a 2-story house, and that house is a 2-story house, and they're very like close to each other. So the guys are like on the roof. Like this house is kind of like bigger than that house, is as a in like ceiling wise, right? So like they're literally like right next to the window to the window in the room, and they're like pressure washing the ceiling. I mean, not the ceiling, the roof of the house. If you hear that, don't mind them. They're only doing the job. They're eating bread right now. So, with all that being said, let's get started and just continue on to the fucking video. Holy, what a yapper, right? So, I actually just wanted to talk about the 4 new, specifically new, upcoming 5 stars that's going to be coming out in patch 3.1 and 3.2, aka anniversary patch, right? And that would be Triby, My Day, Casterize, oh my baby, and Anaxa. And I think that's how you pronounce his name. I could be butchering that name. If I am, please do forgive me, right? So I'm not gonna go in deep into their kit, and I'm not gonna go into leaks. You could do that on your own. I highly advise that though, highly. But I'm gonna go over it to be more specific. Tribbies and My Days from what we already know, and just excuse me, and we'll just continue on from there. Right, I'll give you guys my personal opinions, and I'm actually doing this, recording this, like, I'm not even lying, like 4 hours before the before Tribbie's banner comes, right? Is it 4 hours? Yeah, like four hours. Interesting, right? I already got the patch pre-downloaded and everything. So let's get this shit started already. Oh my, hold on, I gotta, boop. Let's get this. So the next 5-star that's coming out in like 5 hours is Tribbie. And to quickly go over her kit, if you don't know what she does, she is borderline broken, right? And it's actually pretty insane how quickly Sunday, Robin, Ron, May got power crept. Like it's really insane. And Tribbie is one of those characters that unfortunately you'd want to go for her E1 then her S1. It's just, I'm sorry to tell you, her E1 is broken. If you don't know what it does, it's true damage stacking on top of everything else Tribbie does. And if you don't know what Tribbie does, or if you're still trying to have trouble figuring out what Tribbie does, just think of JQ. Tribbie is literally just JQ, but for like everybody, right? JQ gives vulnerability and damage. I mean, damage increase, I believe. I don't know by how much of a percentage, but he does. Tribbie just does all of that, but she's just on crack. And then she does FU weight damage. And then, if you get lucky enough to get her E1, oh yeah, bro. Horrible. So, in my honest opinion, do I recommend you pulling for Tribbie? Yeah. Honestly, if you feel like your account's fine, I still recommend, regardless of the situation, to pull, because it's one of those things that it allows you to be more flexible with your teams and all of that, and more supports. Who doesn't love more broken harmony characters, right? So just a quick gloss over, Tribbie is also a very universal. You can use her in like a abundant amount of teams, and it's actually kind of insane how universal Tribbie is. So let's now move on to My Day, right? My Day, he's like Blade. That's basically it. He's just another Blade. I mean, I guess that's cool if you want, if you like Blade. There really isn't much to say, because if you're playing My Day, you do want to be careful, because he could definitely die a lot quicker than anybody else on the team if you use him incorrectly. If not, then you should be fine, similar to how Blade is, right? there isn't really much to say. My day is good. Do I personally recommend to pull for him? In my honest opinion, no. Just straight up no. Reasoning, we have so many upcoming characters in all 3.x. Like, it's just a feeling of how Honkai Star Rail is that my day might feel more weaker compared to the upcoming characters, especially with Anaxa around the corner, right? I'm gonna get to why once I get to his part, but I just don't personally recommend to pull for my day like in the slightest bit, right? It's just no point, right? So that being said, let's move on to the anniversary patch and Caster Ice. So I'm gonna give a disclaimer. I really do advise everybody to look at leaks because they're interesting, right? Caster Ice is going to be the anniversary character, meaning she'll probably be broken. If you guys remember, we had an anniversary character last year called Acheron, and Acheron is still kicking, right? With high investment, of course, but she's still really competent in today's meta. And if you vertically invest in Acheron, then that's a different story, right? And I feel like the same applies to Caster Ice. I just I'm in love with Caster Ice. So with all good in my heart, I could definitely say you should pull for her. She'll probably be broken. She could probably be a really good, she'll probably be a really good DPS for a decent amount of time. Like, Acheron is still kicking and she's a year old. My Acheron is kicking even more because I do have her E2. So I mean, there is that. I vertically invested in my Acheron. I even got her best support, JQ. So yeah, I do think Caster Ice would be a want for everybody. And if she's not your type of character, then just remember this one thing: she has a fucking dragon. All right, if you're not gonna summon for her, summon for the fucking dragon. Be cool, right? And now with Anaxa, so I really do feel like Anaxa is gonna be a really good sub DPS or even DPS with supporting capabilities. And the reasoning is because he's an erudition, right? And the Herda came out like not too long ago, like what, 20 days as of this recording. Well, I mean, more like 40-ish days as of this recording, right? And the Herda is really strong. Don't get me wrong. The Herda is stupidly broken, but her best in slot is a 2.x character, and you know how Honkai Star Rail is. They love power creeping everybody. So I just personally feel like maybe Anaxa might be a supporter, might play the support role and might be really good with the Herda, since she does want erudition characters for her team. That's just my opinion. Maybe when we get more details on him, we'll actually have a concrete answer. But just the top of my dome, I really do feel like maybe Anaxa and the Herda are supposed to be together. They might synergize together. Just something that I'm gonna say from the top of my head, right? So, I mean, besides that, I don't really know what else to say. And Anaxa is cool. I'm not gonna summon for him. Do I recommend you to summon for him? It's very dependent on your account. If you, it's also dependent on him. If you feel like you're struggling on pure fiction and you need a support, then go for it. Or if time comes and he is a support for the Herda and you have the Herda, go for it as well. So that being concluded, I don't want this video to be too long. I'm gonna be so real. I'm actually making a surprise video for the channel. Don't ask me why I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because it's funny. I do have a surprise video. I think everybody here might enjoy, hopefully, if I could edit it correctly. So I don't want this video to be too long. I already got my points across. In my opinion, Triby and Caster Ice is definitely to go pool. My day for anybody, I just highly don't recommend it unless you like Gilgamesh and go for it. If not, then he's probably one of the easier skips in 3.x that we've got it, and that's saying a lot because we've been having a lot of just bangers, and he is a banger, but will he be a banger for that long? I don't know. And I know bangers, right? Anaxa, it's really hard to say because he's an erudition. So I really did feel like he might be a best in slot for the Herda, or he just might be good on his own. Like you never know when it comes to Honkai Star Rail, because they love power creeping. They love it. Nom nom nom. And HP inflation, bro. Watch him just do like 3 million. I mean, that's not enough at the time. horrible. So I'm gonna end the video. These people are getting closer to my fucking window. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, join the celery army. See ya. Thank you for the views.